Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Today we're playing Stanley Parable. No, okay, I don't know how you say it, but the game. Oh my god, I can't believe every single game that I play is in English, and it looks like every time I record a game for YouTube, it's in Portuguese. Just ignore it. I just got an achievement just by options, extras, achievement. You just need to activate and you get an achievement. See, you just get an achievement every time. So, what? Off? Okay. Let's leave it on. I want to win achievements. And so I think we're just going to begin the game. End is never the end, is never the end, is never... Wait, what? Oh! End is never the end. And is never the end, is never the end. Yep. Makes sense.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, we're starting. Okay, this looks very interesting. Oh.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
What? Okay, I hope you're not mad because of the Portuguese captions. I don't know how to change that, I tried. This looks very interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
They're out partying without me. Bitches. I knew it. It's Steve's birthday. I wasn't invited. God damn it. I hate you, Steve. Look, I hate Mondays. Okay. I don't know why I think that's funny.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Oh, no.
he entered the door on his left.
Oh, so he narrates what we do and we can choose either we do it or not. So I'm a bad boy.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I actually drink something? Hello? No, I don't think so.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah, oh, come on. I think I made a bad choice.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Come on! I'm I'm afraid I'm making like bad choices, but I really no.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible it wasn't 5 years ago.
That's true. They're supposed to go here.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I mean... Oh my god.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you...
Oh. I thought he just kept talking. Are we in an hotel?
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What? Oh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
So, sounds like I don't know anything
This
about my
is a
life.
very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh no. Hit key B on your keyboard. That's what it says. Good morning, worker 427. Hit B on your keyboard. That's what it says.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please hit 4.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Please press V.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Please press Q to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize
Really?
about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press G to spend time with friends.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press N to make dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press 0 to tell a story to your
It was
kids,
such a wonderful
son.
fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
Oh.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press 8 to sleep. I bet I'm not going to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Just because of that, I'm not going to press the button. By the way, it says press V to go to the work in the morning. I'm not pressing V. Oh, come on, I have to press V.
You see? Can he just
Oh.
not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Mirror.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button.
That's what it says. Okay, I died, I guess. Yeah, thanks, game. That's cool.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So, we do it all again? But now we make other choices?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
Tips for
of
not getting
disbelief,
fired.
Stanley decided to
Tall
go up
class,
to his boss's
do unbelievably-
office, hoping he might
Oh,
find an
really?
answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressive. Really. Make sure your slide has a sleek blue graphic in there and throw some bevel on dome next. These will ensure and calm. Come on. You most of all. Everyone is unique. Okay. Let's monetize free to play. Number of the slides on this slide. Slides, charts and slides.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, I guess there is nothing here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Okay,
office.
I'm going to do what he says this time. I guess it's here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
Oh, that's the game
life.
icon.
Shocked, unraveled,
This guy with
Stanley
a
wondered
red
in
tie.
disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
So
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley
Random.
happened to input the
Yeah,
correct
because he didn't just
by
set the
sheer
code.
luck. Amazing.
Oh.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Like, this is a very simple game, but it's actually beautiful. I think it's made with Source. But, like, this is so cool. Do you have a flashlight? No. I guess we go here. Oh. This is kinda creepy. I don't like jump scares. Please don't do a jump scare. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
No.
Mind Control
Okay,
Facility.
no, I'm not going to go there. I think. I don't want to. Okay, I guess we have no choice. I have to do it. I mean, I know I said I was going to do what it says, but it says escape right here. Screw it. I guess it's too late to turn back now.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
This is
What
like the
horrible
Matrix.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yep. So I guess we're going there next. Activate the cameras.
Now the
Oh
monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
This is so weird. What's the next one? Die? What? No, what is this?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Let's
Had
try to
Stanley
find
been under
4 to
someone's
7.
control all this time? Was this the
come
only
on.
reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
4. There I am. Yeah, that's my office. Yay. Okay, let's go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once
I do that?
and for all.
I do want to do that. Facility power. Maybe it's here. Maybe I did all that for nothing. I'm probably going to cut it out.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Fine. Wait, does that mean I die or something?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Oh no.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Really? So I can still redo it. Okay, that's very cool. So I guess there are a lot of ways to not finish, but to do the game. For example, I can go through the escape way. I'm not going to do that now. If you want, I can leave it to a next episode. So I'm sorry the captions were in Portuguese. I don't know how to change it. Maybe I have to change the language of the computer altogether. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe for more content, but have a fantastic day.